the high jump slash gravity suit, skip berry suit issue, and has picked that one. Link, on the other hand, will get column 5, which I think is a much easier column. The only hard part about that one, he will have to go defeat Ridley, so he will have to go to Lower Norfair. And pairing that up might be interesting. Actually, I'm just looking at this right now. I kind of like pairing that up with the top left, bottom right. Just because you're picking up 50 Norfair missiles. You have to pick up 75 missiles total anyway. So that might be a good choice for Link. Nightwolf, on the other hand, let's see. Yeah, the bottom left, both diagonals actually aren't bad, although 35 plus super missiles is a lot of super missiles. That also might be that's less good for Link because he'd then have to skip that barrier suit, and I don't think he's going to want to do that. Let's look at row 2, as someone suggested. Yeah, row 2 with column 5, you're already killing Ridley. The collect 50 out of 75 Norfair missiles pairs well with the 75 plus missiles. 4 energy tanks, 15 power bombs is not hard to get. But again, that gives him that collect gravity and skip Varia, and I don't know that Link would want to do that. So it depends on how comfortable he is with going to that early wreck ship or doing some other way of you know, if you get a lot of E-tanks, you can actually do E-tanks and then get to the wreck ship. Okay, Nightwolf is going to be the first out of Sears Station. Yeah, well, if this weren't vanilla suits, then I don't think collect gravity suit and skip Varia would even be a square. So yeah, it's gravity suit does everything a Varia suit does, plus more in this version. Since they'll never go to Mother Brain, the one thing that Varia does is completely irrelevant. The extra protection against the rainbow beam of Mother Brain 2. But yeah, I agree with that top left, bottom right. He has to go down to Lower Norfair anyway, so the Golden Chorizo's not that far out of the way. Destroy 2 statues. Yeah, he can kill Kraid and Phantoon to do that. And the 50 out of 75 Norfair missiles works out really well with having to already pick up 75. Finishing at the landing site kind of sucks for him. It does eliminate column 2, row 4, and bottom left, top right. From his choices, since he can't finish in both the wreck ship energy tank room and its landing site. And yeah, wreck ship reserve tank, of course, means he'd have to go get speed booster before going up there. And I know I am pretty certain Link would want to go down to Kraid first anyway, so that's probably good for him. Yeah, at the beginning of the game, largely just like anything else. Sears Station, pick up that morph ball, pick up those first missiles. Nice time early on to try and figure out what you're going to pair with your given row column, whatever, in this case, columns. Yeah. So I would say, yeah, kind of akin to what SRS Business is saying. I like the top left, bottom right for Link. And if you were really comfortable with early wreck ship, then the row 2 would also be a really good choice. So I suspect we'll see one of those. We'll see if he decides to go for the early wreck ship play. My issue with the early wreck ship play is not the CWJ. It's the early Phantoon. It's just such a dangerous fight if you're not used to it. And 64-bit Link climbing up the left side. That's actually where I like to climb up, but I move over to the middle a little bit earlier than what he's doing. Nightwolf about to go to his Bomb Chorizo fight. And Nightwolf picking up his bombs. He will have to fight Bomb Chorizo. Yeah, I would also agree. I don't think Nightwolf does not want to have to do the Wreck Ship Reserve Tank. He'd have to double dip Wreck Ship to get that, unless he wants to do the nastiest of nasty hell runs outside of Lower Norfolk hell runs. It is possible to go around, pick up enough energy tanks to make the hell runs not too bad if you want to get that speed booster before heading up to the Wreck Ship. Except that without those high jump boots, you do have to do a little bit of extra infinite bomb jumping to get up there, and that's what makes that hell run really difficult. So I suspect he's not going to touch that area. Okay, both runners done with their Bomb Chorizo fights. Link is already starting to pick up extra missiles. Looks like he's going to go for 230 missiles. Not sure. Oh, he's going to go for that map station. Okay, so let's see. That would be the Criteria map station. Let's see. I saw that on here. I want to see where is that on this card. Oh, it is on that diagonal. So he may be doing that diagonal. Going to pick up these missiles. I'm not sure these are the missiles I'd pick up. There's so many. If you're going to do that diagonal, you have to pick up 50 Norfair missiles anyway. You should be able to do that without even facing Croc. There's only 2 missiles in the Croc area, and since you're already going down to Lower Norfair, you can grab a couple of those instead. Pick up 8 others. But there are enough missiles on his way, because you can get 3 right in the early supers area, and there's 2 in Big Pink. So lots of other missiles he could grab. So I'm kind of surprised. This is a bit of a time sink to have to bomb through that. On the other hand, just getting enough missiles and not having to worry about it later is never a bad thing. It's like Nightwolf is going to grab either these missiles or the reserve tank. Grabs the reserve tank. He does need that Bryn reserve tank that is on his force column. Always a good idea to grab the things that are actually on your force column. He also needs 70 plus missiles. For him, it doesn't really matter where he gets them, unless he decides to pair it up with that Norfair square. And that row 2 might be a good one for him, since he's already forced to skip that Various suit. On the other hand, he probably doesn't want to go all the way to fight Ridley, so that may not be the one he goes for. In fact, it may be he might go for that row 3. Except he already skipped the Criteria map station, so never mind that. Yeah, row 5 is a suggestion. That could be. We'll see if he goes and fights Spore Spawn. That might tell us something. Link doing a nice job of getting the backup short hop mock ball there. Grabs his early supers. Nightwolf grabbing more missiles in Big Pink. We'll see if Link decides to grab the Brinstar reserve tank. For him, it would just be extra. I don't see him Yeah, actually, never mind that. That row 5 might not be bad for him either. So let's see if he grabs that Bryn Reserve tank. That'll tell us some of his thinking. Yeah, he is going to grab the Bryn Reserve tank. So whether that's because he wants the extra protection or whether he's hedging his bets on possibly doing row 5, I don't know. But those are... Either way, he picked up the Bryn Reserve. Okay, Nightwolf picking up the pipe missiles. Already well on his way to 70 missiles. 70 missiles is not bad. It's really when you start getting into 100 missiles or even worse, 125 missiles that things get really bad if you're trying to collect that many. Okay, so Nightwolf did not go to fight Spore Spawn. So I'm going to guess that that's not going to be... that he maybe is not going to do that last row, but he might come back later. Meanwhile, Nightwolf is going down into the Norfair area. He can, if he wants to, he can pick up an E-Tank if he were to go ahead and kill Kraid, but he cannot pick up that Varia suit. Okay, Link. He's gonna skip those pipe missiles. If he, like I said, if he's gonna go for those, for that top left, bottom right diagonal, he doesn't actually need to pick up that many missiles outside of the Norfair area. Okay, Nightwolf stops and thinks. Sometimes you get that in these dabs where players stop and think for a second, trying to figure out what they're going to do next. I hope Nightwolf is only going this way to pick up the extra energy tanks he can. He can get 2. He can get 1 from Kraid. He can get 1 from the high jump boots area. But he cannot pick up those high jump boots, and he cannot pick up the Varia suit. If he does pick up either one of those things, then he has to reset from the beginning. Link gonna pick up Spazer here. Get that extra firepower. I actually find Spazer a really good item to pick up in dab races because it's so rare that you're going to pick up Plasma Beam anyway. Most of the complaints about Spazer is that it gets overwritten once you have Plasma Beam, so it becomes a waste of time to pick up. But in dab, unless you're forced to pick up Plasma Beam, you're not going there. Okay, looks like Nightwolf is going to fight Kraid. Just let's hope he doesn't forget that he can't pick up that Varia suit. And it could be just something as simple as a muscle memory thing. Does do a nice job on the quick kill. This is where if it's me, I'm yelling at myself, don't pick up Varia, don't pick up Varia, don't pick up Varia. Okay, well done, Nightwolf, skipping that Varia suit. But he can pick up the E-Tank, and I think that's pretty smart. If you're not comfortable doing it wreck ship, getting as many E-Tanks as you can before heading over there is a good idea. Link, on the other hand, is perfectly okay for him to pick up that Varia suit, so he will. So I suspect Nightwolf will now pick up that E-Tank at high jump and the E-Tank right here at Kraid and leave. You might see him do some Bryn cleanup. We'll see if he goes up to wreck ship with 3 E-Tanks, or if he will perhaps go to do some Bryn cleanup and pick up some E-Tanks there. That would be another option for him. Okay. Oh, Link almost getting the quick kill. He just needs one more missile and he'll be fine. He did get 3 missiles in. Okay, looks Nightwolf is going to pick up that energy tank. The other thing he'd do, he can pick up the ice beam. And he can pick up these missiles. And he does. So Nightwolf looks like he's going to successfully skip those high jump boots. His energy is pretty good if he wants to go get the ice beam. This is what I would call the... Okay, he's got 1 extra tank compared to the minimum you would want to do this hell run if you had high jump boots. Without high jump boots, this is not a hell run you want to do. So let's see what he does. He is saving. So he might be saving just pick up ice beam. Since that is a smaller hell run. Okay, he's going to go get that ice beam. I like that idea. Gets the nice mock ball to get over there. Link, in the meantime, has his various suit. Picks up that E-tank. This is a little bit tricky. A couple wall jumps to get up there. But Nightwolf does it with no problem. He'll pick up that ice beam. He should have more than enough energy to get out. Plus, he's got a full reserve just in case. He's going to pop his reserve right away. What that does for him is if that reserve goes while he's in the heated room, he doesn't get the full benefit of the reserve tank because the iframes are not... Because he has no iframes while the reserve is going off. So he's losing energy at the same time as gaining it back. So the reserve tank doesn't help him as much as it otherwise would. But he gets out, no problem. Link, in the meantime, picks up his high jump boots. And I suspect he'll go clean up the Bubble Mountain area at the very least. Nightwolf leaving Norfair, not wanting to do those hell runs, and I think that's smart. Those hell runs just without high jump boots. Just a reminder, and well, I'll point it out as Link gets to that spot. So if you're used to seeing people do hell runs in a randomizer situation, there is one little change. That little ledge on the left where Link just went by is removed in the randomizer, particularly so you can do those hell runs with a wall jump instead of with a bomb jump. This not being a randomizer, this being the vanilla game, that ledge is there, and so the only way to get up there, well, there are a few different ways, but the way most people do that is with an IBJ, infinite bomb jump, vertically, and that's slow, and if you don't get the jumping right away, it can be problematic. Okay, Nightwolf picking up the Sloater's refill. Shout out to Sloaters. We'll see if he's ready to go to the wreck ship yet, or if he's going to pick up some more E-tanks for extra safety. Yeah, and Link's going to want the speed booster, because if he's going for that top left, bottom right diagonal, he's going to need that speed booster for that wreck ship reserve tank. Yeah. Nightwolf heading up Red Tower. Whether he goes to the wreck ship right away or not, he's going to want to go this way at least to pick up some power bombs. He can't get any of those E-tanks in in Brinstar, except the one in blue Brinstar with the D-boost, or the Gauntlet E-tank. So power bombs will give him access to 2 more E-tanks, the one at the Edicoons and the one at the Wavegate. On the other hand, he may just feel comfortable enough to go to the wreck ship now with just the 3 E-tanks in the reserve. I did not see if Link picked up the Cathedral missiles. That wouldn't be a bad choice, because he's got to get, if he's going to go for that diagonal. But there's enough other missiles that he doesn't need to. Okay. Shoutouts to Intended Strats as Nightwolf gets out of the Alpha Power Bombs area. Link gonna go get a wave beam. The question is, will Link go to Crocomire? If it were me, I would have picked up those Cathedral missiles and skipped Crocomire. There's only 2 missile packs down there. The energy tank would be nice, I suppose. But with only 2 missile packs down there, and with the fact that he's going to be going into Lower Norfair anyway, and there are 2 missile packs in Lower Norfair, he can get... technically there are 3, but one of them requires space jump, so he's not going to get that one. Unless he wants to kill all 4 bosses, and no one wants to do that in a dab. Looks like he wants to get that reserve tank. I don't know why. He could get the missiles there. That's what he wants. He doesn't care about the reserve tank. He just wants the missiles there. This wall jump he's trying to do is really similar to the one in Worst Room of the Game. So he should be able to get this one. Oh, almost. He could also use the ice beam to help him get up there. But he gets it without, so he's fine. But this is 2 more Norfair missile packs for him. And Nightwolf gonna pick up some more extra energy tanks. And an extra power bomb pack. We'll see if Link picks up the reserve tank as well. He doesn't need it. Nope, just gonna pick up the missile pack, and I don't see any reason to pick up that reserve tank. Yeah, Gameaholic. Yeah, the... Oh, Link... Okay. Whew. That was dangerous. I don't know what he has in his reserve tank, but that was pretty close. So, yeah, the comment about Column 5 not being that bad, I would say the part that's bad about Column 5 is you have to go all the way down to Ridley and then all the way back to the landing site to finish. But I kind of agree. I feel like the Column 4 is a much worse one. Again, combining that skip high jump boots with the skip barrier suit is pretty nasty. Yeah, and I suspect Link will pick up that ice beam on his way out. Since he has speed booster, no reason to pick it up early. He's just gonna have to be careful here. Because he's down to 4 energy. I don't know what he has in those reserves. Okay, now he's good. He's gonna farm up here a little bit. Yeah. To answer the question, the X energy tanks and 11 minus X reserve tanks literally means a combination of 11 tanks, energy, and reserve total. And I don't find that to be a bad square, but it doesn't really pair well anything that these guys are doing. Okay, Link remembering that he's gotta go pick up that ice beam. And he does not hit Crocomire at all. One thing I might have done if I were Link is I might have picked up the Croc escape missiles and gone over in a slightly different way. No, none of these so exactly 11. So for ammo and energy tanks, it's never exactly a number. It's always a number plus. So if he picks up all 14 energy tanks, that would satisfy that square. The only time you can't pick something up is major item squares that say skip. So like the skip high jump boots that Nightwolf has to do. Yeah. And Nightwolf's going to get as many energy tanks as he can before he hits Phantoon. And if you're not comfortable with that early Phantoon fight, I think this is really smart. You should be able to get one more at the Edacoons. And we'll see if he also decides to get the Gauntlet energy tank. Meanwhile, Link is going to leave Norfair, I suspect. I believe he has 6 Norfair missile tanks, so he's still going to have to pick up quite a few more if he's planning on doing that diagonal. Link, if you have that count for us, let me know if that's the correct number. Okay, thank you, Link. Okay, looks like he's got 55 total missiles, so he's going to get that 75 just by picking up the rest of his Norfair missiles. He'll need to pick up 4 more tanks. There's 2 that are pretty easy to pick up in Lower Norfair. The Mickey Mouse missiles and there's a set of missiles. Actually, there's 2 sets in the Escape. So, sorry, there are 4 Lower Norfair missile packs. 3 of which you can get, and 1 of which you'd have to get Space Jump for. So if he picked up those 3, he'd still have to pick up 1 more in some spot elsewhere. So you can get the Cathedral missiles, the Croc Escape missiles. You should not have to go to Crocomire. Okay, Link with that Very Suit. These guys are going to have fairly equivalent Phantoon fights. Because Link has the Very Suit but fewer E-Tanks. He's going to now pick up his Power Bombs. A little surprised the Nightwolf was going back this way to get over to Wreck Ship. From where he was at, I would have gone up and maybe even hit the Gauntlet E-Tank. Going up to the surface with a convenient save spot at the ship. Could have refilled his energy tank, his reserve tank that way. Okay, Nightwolf, where are you going now? Okay, I'm not sure what Nightwolf's doing. He's going back down to Norfair, it would seem. Maybe he is planning on doing hell runs? He may not be comfortable with getting over the moat, so he might want to get that speed booster or get a grapple beam. But again, these hell runs, as soon as you have to have that IBJ to get into the cathedral area, that makes this hell run much, much more difficult. So, and I can't speak for Nightwolf, but I know I'd rather do a CWJ than have to hell run with IBJ. So let's see what he ends up doing. Yeah, he's turning that reserve tank back on auto. He's only got 40 in it, so 20 in it. So we'll see if he fills that up first. Okay, let's see. He's probably gonna save first. He might farm a little bit here just to get that reserve tank filled. These Novas tend to give up a lot of big health drops. Link's showing why you might want that speed booster. I'm gonna go for the short charge across the moat. Having a little bit of trouble with it. There, he gets it. Doesn't goop the spark, and he gets himself across. Okay, Nightwolf is doing the hell runs, gets the see, this is what I'm talking about. He almost had the IBJ all the way up. It would have been perfect. Would have left him with more than enough energy to get through it. Goes for a backup strat by freezing the Nova there and wall jumping off of it. That's not a great way to do it in the sense that you have to wait for it, but at that point, he'd already failed the IBJ, so it's a good backup plan. He does have enough to get through, but it's going to be pretty tight. This last room is the worst of these rooms. trying to get through this room with all the seahorses and the rising lava. And he does get through, so nicely done, Nightwolf. He should be able to get that speed booster with no problem now. Link, in the meantime, is going to face his Phantoon fight. I like that Nightwolf is saving here. The way most people get up from here without high jump boots is to run through the door. You can also do a right side wall jump in Bubble Mountain, but that's fairly tricky if you've not, especially if you've not practiced it. Nightwolf does have the ice beam. You could use that to help him out too. Okay, Nightwolf gets there on the second try. Meanwhile, Link is in on his Phantoon fight. Nice job with that Doppler. And yes, bugs can't hide. Fully Explore does mean color all the squares, both the ones that are on the map and the ones that are hidden. I don't believe anyone's actually going to be doing that square, though. My guess is, and we'll see if we don't know if this is correct. My guess is that Link is going to do top left to bottom right. He's already picked up the Criteria map station, and I'm not sure about Nightwolf. If I were to guess, he'd probably want to do the either row 5 or maybe row 4 would be okay for him. He's already got to pick, row 4 might be a good one for him. Except for that finish in the wreck ship energy tank room is kind of nasty. That's a long way from wherever else he's going to go. He may still be trying to decide, though. He has not defeated Spore Spawn, so while row 5 I think is a good one, there is a little bit of backtracking he needs to do if he wants to do that one. Link gonna pick up some extra supers. A little surprised he doesn't go to the right side, the left side one first. He's gonna want extra supers for Ridley, since I doubt he's gonna pick up Plasma Beam, and he does have to fight Ridley. He'll want to have 30 supers to fight Ridley, although he's probably okay with just 20. He does have Charge Beam, so he can supplement that way. And based on what he has to pick up from missiles, he will have plenty of extra missiles to supplement those supers. Okay, Nightwolf now having that speed booster. One thing Nightwolf maybe didn't think about, it looks like he has a max of 10 power bombs. This fellow right here is often the most difficult. He does not have the option of crystal flashing here. If he'd grabbed one more power bomb pack, then he'd have the option of crystal flashing, and that would make this a lot safer. He does have more than enough E-tanks to get through it without. Nice Attic Spark by Link. And Nightwolf gonna do one last hell run to get out of the wave beam area, and then that should be it for him. Yeah, you're better off with missiles here, Nightwolf. This is a tricky area to get out of. Oh, Nightwolf! Nightwolf! No! Oh boy. Okay. Okay, Link gets a little bit of a break while he sits through bowling. Nightwolf telling us all that he'll be right back. So hopefully nothing awful real world is going on for him. So yeah, Nightwolf did save in Bubble Mountain. He will have to repeat getting the speed booster and the wave beam again. Yeah, like just use your regular regular bombs. Like all this stuff can be done. Sometimes that randomizer muscle memory messes with you. Where he was rolling up to is where you would want to set a power bomb. If you only have 2, he's going to need the power bomb for this spot right here. And if you didn't have regular bombs, he'd actually want to make sure he had 3. But that's not an issue since this is a vanilla game. You always have bombs. Okay, picks up the reserve tank, so that gives him that. That wreck ship reserve tank. So, yeah, I think he is going for that top left bottom right. So Link gonna pick up their gravity suit, and I suspect he will go over and hit the statues. Okay, looks like Nightwolf's back with us. Gonna have to redo those hell runs. Nicely done with those jumps. That King Cactac doing its damnedest to try and get him, but he says, no way, not me. Yeah, you want to turn that ice beam off, though. Farming is a lot faster if you don't have the ice beam on here. You could also alternatively farm with the bombs. A lot of people do that. Although with this beam combination, I think it's actually faster. Okay, so Link about to destroy his statues. This is required. He has to wait for the 2 statues to destroy themselves. Okay, and now let's see. What does Link have left to do? Basically, he has to do a bunch of Norfair stuff and then head back to the landing site. So he still needs 4 more Norfair packs and missiles if he's doing that top left bottom right. By our count, he's got 6 of them. He has to go down to Lower Norfair and defeat Golden Torizo. And of course, his required column. Once he gets to 75 Norfair missiles, he will already be at 75 plus total missiles, so he doesn't have to worry about that square. He'll have to go defeat Ridley. He's got plenty of ammo to do it. He looks like he's going to get some extra supers here. I think that's really smart. He'll also be able to get some super missiles. We'll see if I don't know that he's gotten the Spore Spawn supers yet. I would get those. Maybe pick up the ones in Criteria, and he will pick up the ones at Golden Torizo because they're right there, and he's going to be defeating Golden Torizo anyway. Good question, Bugs. I don't know if this is the fastest way to Lower Norfair, but this does allow him to pick up some extra energy tanks for safety and some extra super missiles, so he can do more of an ammo kill against Ridley than having to rely on charge beam. So I think this is more about picking up some safety items than about speed. Okay, Nightwolf gets his speed booster again. Now he's headed for the wave beam again. Yeah, the trick here coming out is really use missiles. You have 55 of them. Use them on those enemies. Link deftly avoiding the Decora pit. Looks like he'll go ahead and pick up the Spore Spawn supers here. He's got a Power Bomb already set. Interesting setup he's using. But he gets it. You can tell when you got it by the screen shakes a little bit. If the screen doesn't shake, then you did not hit the spot. There's a lot of different places you can set that up. You don't necessarily have to be running forward while you do it. Some people like to do it that way, though. Okay, let's see if Nightwolf can get out of this. Okay, turn those missiles on, Nightwolf. Trust me. Yeah. Oh, or supers. That works too. Just don't rely on your beam. Oh! Oh, and he gets through with 4 energy. Oh my god. Okay, be careful. Careful. Maybe turning that reserve tank back on. Okay, go. Yeah, save. So, okay, Azure, you're coming in a bit late. Yeah, so Nightwolf has column 2 to do, and he has yet to go to the wrecked ship. In order to avoid the CWJ, he has gone and picked up a whole bunch of energy tanks for hell runs, and then is going to use the speed booster to get across. Link, in the meantime, just needs to pick up a whole bunch more Norfair missiles. We believe 4 more packs. I'll trust Link on Link Force on that one. Defeat Golem Torizo and finish up his column. That will give him his 75 plus missiles. He'll have to defeat Ridley and finish at the landing site after that. Nightwolf, taking no chance, is going to do extra saves. Okay, let's see where he's... Okay, so he's going to go this way. You have Speed Booster, Link. But decides to do the Mach Ball anyway. Now he remembers he has Speed Booster. This is a good way to pick up this missile if he can shoot it fast enough. And he does. Okay, that gives him 7 of the 10 required missile packs. He could get the other 3 in Lower Norfair if he wants. Again, there's the Mickey Mouse missiles and then 2 in the escape. And he is going to have to do the escape because he'll have to kill Ridley and go to their landing site. So this is actually pretty good routing, I think, on his part. Except he's going to kill Croc. What? No, Link! No, you don't need to do this! Okay, I thought I knew it all, and now I don't. Okay, everybody, we get to go ahead and spam those Croc emotes if you have them. This will give him extra safety of getting at least of an extra E-tank. I don't think he'll pick up the power bombs. He doesn't really need them. He can pick up 2 regular missile packs here. But this is really unnecessary. But he'll get those missile packs sooner. And the extra safety of the E-tank, although I would argue that he could have picked up some of the E-tanks in his Brinstar cleanup. If he wanted the extra E-tanks. Okay, so after all this, I believe Nightwolf is finally ready to head up to Phantoon. Yeah, this would be the category where someone could fight Croc and not do anything else, because there are squares that say fight, kill, or defeat Crocomire. In which case, if you don't need anything else, you might as well just leave. Let's see, I don't know if he may pick up the grapple beam for extra farming ability. It does make farming before Ridley easier. But he'll be able to pick up 2 missile packs here, so that'll get him up to 9. He'll need 1 more after this. And I would hope he goes after one of the escape missiles. Okay, Nightwolf getting that first spark across is going to go for the second one. You get a little more space if you do it from the door transition. Oh, Nightwolf falling down. Okay, that's 2 more missile packs for Link. By my count, he needs 1 more to finish up those Norfair missiles, and that means he's got to already have the 70 plus or 75 plus that he needed for his given square. Why not get grapple? It takes extra time. I wouldn't have come down here in the first place, so but if I were to go all the way down there, I probably would have gone ahead and gotten grappled, because the amount of time save you get for farming with grapple might equal out the amount of time it takes to pick it up. Okay, and Link confirming he has 75 missiles. And with the 25 supers and 75 missiles, that's pretty good for Ridley. If he's gonna go full ammo kill on Ridley, he'll only have to hit 30 regular missiles to make up for the missing 5 supers. And plus he has the full Spazer beam combo, which will first of all protect him from soft locking, which is nice. I'm not sure where he's going now. I guess because he didn't pick up grapple beam, he wants to go the slightly safer way to get down to Lower Norfair. I think, yeah. So right there, it might have this time loss for going this longer way might be about what it would have been to pick up grapple beam. So, but yeah, like I said before, I would have just gone. I would not have done Croc. I would have just gone to Lower Norfair and picked up my extra missile packs there. They needed 3, and there were 3 in that area. Yeah, he still needs 1 more Norfair missile. And like I said, I hopefully gets one of the one. There's 2 in Escape that are super easy to get, so I suspect he'll get one of those. Yeah, Bugs. That's what I'm talking about. In terms of if he'd gotten grapple, he could have done that other route. Okay, we're gonna see a gravity jump here. Nicely done by Link, first try. Nightwolf in the meantime on his Phantoon fight. Phantoon looks like Phantoon's done. Also noting that Nightwolf has the 70 missiles he needs and just needs 1 more energy tank to finish that requirement. He's a long way from done. He has to go all the way back down to Golden Chorizo. That's probably the hardest part for him. And I'm still not sure what he's gonna pair this with. Okay, Link getting that green gate glitch. Gonna farm some extra supers with the power bomb. Okay, Link taking a refill before he fights Golden Chorizo. May as well pick up Screw Attack while you're here. This is really nice because once he gets the super missile from Golden Chorizo, he will have 30 supers, which is what you need for Ridley. So that's a really good count for him. Link trying to get into that sweet spot where he can't get hurt by Golden Chorizo. Switches to the charge beam once he's out of supers. I like that. Especially since he did not pick up the grapple beam. Okay, and Golden Chorizo's down for 64-bit Link. Nightwolf, meanwhile, in his bowling. Yep, picking up that super missile. Okay, not entirely sure. Oh, I guess Nightwolf was going to go ahead and pick up that wreck ship reserve tank. So maybe he will go for... He could go for that diagonal. Or maybe he's going for... He could go for row 1, I guess? Get 10 energy tanks, but then he has to either go to Ridley or collect Plasma Beam. And Plasma, of course, means doing Dragon, so I'm not sure I really like that row for him. Okay, Link gonna farm up some super missiles here. That'll save him some farming before Ridley. And since these Rippers are nearly 100% drop rate on super missiles. Okay, so Nightwolf now has his gravity suit. That'll make his life a lot easier. That opens up a lot of things he can do if he wants to. Link decides 28's enough supers for now. And he's going to get out of here. Nice thing about Screw Attack is you can get through these pillars without having to do the short charge to get through. Nightwolf taking the save at the ship. Checking out his inventory. He probably wants to get... He needs to get one more E-Tank. So let's see. Maybe he'll go to Gauntlet? Yeah, I think he's going... Nope. I don't think he's going to Gauntlet. Okay, so where are you going next, Nightwolf? Frankly, the thing he's closest to finishing is at row 4, but he would need... He's got 2 reserves. He's got 6 regular energy tanks, so total of 8. So he would need 3 more combination. And that might be why he picked up that reserve tank at the wreck ship. He may, if he's going for row 4, he needs just 3 more some sort of energy / reserve tanks to finish that off. Link gonna take a safety save here before heading over to Ridley. And I'm gonna guess he's gonna turn Moonwalk off. Yeah. So Link is clearly not comfortable doing Ridley with Moonwalk. On the other hand, if he's gonna do an ammo kill, and he's got more than enough ammo to do an ammo kill, the Moonwalk actually does not affect ammo. It only affects you for a charge beam in the case of the Ridley fight. So I think that's I mean, it's not a huge time loss, but and yes, they can give each other the same row. It actually is not unusual. I actually fully expected them both to get that calm 4. As I took one look at that and I said, that's a nasty one. Again, if you're facing someone that is not comfortable with early wreck ship and you can give them skip high jump and skip Varia, then that's just no fun. Okay, using supers on the ninja pirates here, or the metal pirates. Okay, so Nightwolf back in Norfair. Looks like he's going to head down for his Golden Chorizo fight. This is going to be more difficult for him because he does not have, without Varia and without high jump, this gravity jump is a lot less safe as he'll be taking more damage, and without high jump, it's a more tricky thing to pull off in the first place. Yeah, you need Plasma Beam to freeze those guys, so... Yep, that's not going to work, Nightwolf. Okay, Link in his Ridley fight. I'm going to start out with some regular missiles. I guess I'll switch to supers in a second. He will, if he's going to do this fully with ammo, or with projectile ammo, he will need to have hit with 12 of those regular missiles, and I think he just missed another super, so I'll need a total of 18, and that's another miss. So for every miss, he needs to hit with 6 regular missiles or 2 charge shots, since he's got the full spacer combo. Okay, Nightwolf, gonna go back and refill before trying this again. And Link is done with Ridley. Nicely done, Link. A little surprised he's not picking up the energy tank for a little extra safety, but he doesn't really need it. He's got pretty good health right now. So now he just needs to pick up one more Norfair missile and then haul butt back up to the landing site. Oh, careful, Link. Careful. Oh, Link. Oh, God. Don't scare me like that. He's going to have to be a little bit more careful with that energy being a little bit lower, although in fairness, and any percent run, this is about what you might have coming out. And you would not have screw attack, so you should be fine. Okay, now Nightwolf back to full energy. I am kind of surprised he doesn't have his reserves on, but he should still be able to do this. We'll take another crack at that gravity jump. Link being cautious and screw attacking all the key hunters in there, in the red key hunter shaft. Okay, Link. Gotta remember to pick up one more missile. Let's see, which one is he gonna go for? Oh, gonna go for this one. Okay, that should be his 50th Norfair missile. Nightwolf making it through gravity jump, so he can go do his Golden Chorizo fight. In his case, it's forced. I believe he took a safety save up there, which I think is really smart. If you're wondering why he's shooting off all these missiles, that little attack that Golden Chorizo does with the little half moon beam thingies doesn't happen if you're below, I want to say 30 missiles. Another thing that Nightwolf's going to have to contend with after he's done with this fight, he will have to IBJ to get back up, or he could charge a spark from the other room and spark up. Whereas if you had high jump boots, you can run through the refill room to jump up. Nightwolf also picking up his screw attack. And he'll also want to try and get into that sweet spot position. I think he's a little... Is he? Okay, it looks like he's okay. It looks a little too far back, but he's not getting hit, so I'm going to say he's in the right spot. Okay, collect X energy tanks and 11 minus X reserve tanks. All that means is that you want to collect a combined number of 11 of both reserves and energy tanks. I think Nightwolf is going for row 4, in which case he has 2 reserve tanks and 6 energy tanks, so he will need to get 3 more of either kind before he can finish that objective. I think Shine's sparking up since he doesn't have a space jump. Just a little bit further to go before he gets to that landing site and finishes it off. And meanwhile, Nightwolf finishing off Golden Chorizo. And Link's showing that sometimes it's harder to get the green gate the correct way than the opposite way. Nightwolf doing a nice job of saving that Shine Spark to get out without having to IBJ. Yeah, and that is a good point. Nightwolf still needs 1 more energy tank for his given column. Nightwolf's going to leave Lower Norfair, which I think is smart. Meanwhile, Link is at the landing site and finishes up with an official SRL time of 1:03:16. GG to Link. Nightwolf gonna leave Lower Norfair. It looks like Link's gonna join us for an interview when Nightwolf finishes up. GG, Link. Nicely done. You there? Oh, he's still muted. Okay. He's working on it.
Oh, there we go.
There you are.
I muted myself on Discord. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. How surprised were you that Nightwolf did not give you column 4?
I was definitely surprised because, like, I was already thinking in my head, like, what am I going to pair with column 4? Because that's almost certainly what I'm going to get. And then Yeah, that's not what Nightwolf gave me.
I saw that column 4, and I know neither one of you is a new route runner and not particularly comfortable with early rec ship, and I'm just like, yeah, that's what I'm giving my opponent either way. So yeah, I was a little surprised not to see a double column 4, but yeah, so it worked out well for you. I don't know if you were watching any of the restream, but Nightwolf kind of went all over the place, getting enough E tanks to do hell runs to get the speed booster in order to get over to the wreck ship. So,
Yeah.
so how happy were you when you saw that you got column 5 instead?
I mean, I was definitely relieved. I mean, at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, now I have to defeat Ridley, and that's gonna be a time sink plus
hmm
just like the, I don't know, Ridley is one of those things that I dislike having to do in Dab, but the fact that like I kind of had to loop around to destroy 2 statues anyways, I could kind of swing by Brinstar again, pick up a couple more super packs, and
Yep.
that gave me enough to like defeat Ridley, and and actually like a lot faster than I was expecting that fight to go.
Oh,
Ridley
it's a
just
very
gave
good
me,
fight.
yeah, Ridley gave me a really good patterns. I think like I had killed him before. Like I think I did a couple of unnecessary charge shots at the end
Yeah,
because I
maybe. Yeah. So a couple questions. Why Croc? I thought there were better missiles to pick up.
cause I realized like immediately that I forgot the cathedral missile, so
hmm
I just was like, I want to get as many of these missiles out of the way as
Okay.
possible in Upper Norfair, so I just figured I'll pick up the ones. Yeah, I don't know. Also, for some reason in my head, I thought there were 3 missiles behind
That's
Croc.
that's because there's 3 minor items and you're in random mode.
Yeah,
That can tell you exactly why you thought there were 3.
yeah. Then I'm like, oh wait, there's only 2. So,
Uh-huh.
but then there was the 1 missile pack leaving Lower Norfair that's
Yep.
really quick and on the way. Because
Yeah,
I
because
also,
like, if you watch this back, you'll see me, yeah, he'll just go down to Lower Norfair, he can get the Mickey Mouse missiles and the 2 and escape, and that'll give him his missiles, and then he went to Crocomire. I'm like, "Wait, what are you doing? You don't need to go here."
yeah, I definitely made a few routing mistakes,
We
but
all do. That's dab for you. Okay, looks like Nightwolf just needs to pick up a couple energy tanks and he'll be done. You can get one at the wreck ship energy tank room because it looks like he's doing row 4. Get one other and he'll be good to go. So nicely done with it, with given how hard that column was. So my other question is, I understand that you're not comfortable doing Ridley with Moonwalk on, but you realize that when you're doing an ammo kill, the Moonwalk doesn't really affect it. So I'm kind of curious why you went ahead and turned that off when you saved that last time.
I'm just like, it's just being risk averse and just like at that point I figured because I kind of saw like I know at some point Nightwolf took a death, so I did kind of feel a little bit ahead that I could take the
Okay.
little bit of time to do that.
hmm
So so yeah, but beside that, just one of those things where I just, yeah, I figured if I took a death to Ridley, that would have just been a ridiculous time loss compared to the like 20 or 30 seconds that I took to turn off Moonwalk.
Okay.
Because yeah, I've definitely had my issues in boss fights with Moonwalk messing me up because I'm not used to having it on, and literally the only reason I turn on Moonwalk for dabs is in case I have to do a CWJ because I do
Gotcha.
the in-room setup.
And you were expecting to have to do a CWJ. I know I would have been too, because that column 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get the pleasure of facing Farrell next. How you feel about that?
Uh that one that is probably going to be my last match of the tournament. Uh But yeah, I mean, it'll definitely be cool to face Feral.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah,
Anything else you want to add before? Looks like Nightwolf's going to finish up pretty soon before we go.
just yeah, GG to Nightwolf. Yeah, I think that column 4 was kind of just the fact that it had skip high jump and the collect gravity and skip Vari on the
Yep,
same column just kind of
that's no
weighted that
fun.
heavily.
That is
Yeah,
not a fun thing to do. And there
yeah,
there there are runners that I would not have given column 4 to because they're more than adept at doing that sort of thing. But for the rest of us, that's just a nasty, nasty thing. Um, well, GG to you. Good luck against Feral. Weird things can always happen.
yeah. I'm definitely gonna need it in that matchup.
Okay, we do have more matches coming up. So tonight at 9 o'clock, we have a Real Cutie versus BF Robber. And then Monday, we have a 1 o'clock race between Pete Toyle and Janice. At 9 o'clock, we have Canadian Owl versus White Mage Becky. And then Wednesday at 7 o'clock, we have Easy Danger versus Paper Tiger. Plus, keep an eye out on those listings. There are a lot of matches still to be scheduled. So there should be more coming. And Nightwolf just needs to get over to that energy tank room, get that energy tank, and he will be done as well. This room, this area, the spiky room of death, not that bad when you have gravity suit, screw attack. This not being the randomizer where gravity suit does completely protect you against those spikes. Nightwolf just doesn't care. He's just gonna wall jump up here, get that energy tank, and he will be done. Finishing up with an official SRL time of 1:12:22. GG to Nightwolf. Meantime, we'll also take a look and see what else is going on in SpeedGaming today. So let's see. Wow, there's a ton of stuff just going on and just ending. Looks like the Link to the Past daily race open weekly just started about a half hour ago. So you could tune into that. And like I said, the next dab race will be on SpeedGaming 2 at 9 o'clock. A Real Cutie versus BF Robber. And I want to thank a bunch of people. Thank you to the runners for putting on a great show. If you aren't following them, or if you're not following them already, go ahead and give those guys a follow. Big thank you to Link Force coming at the last minute and doing the tracking. You can see his Twitch handle there. Go ahead and give him a follow as well. Thank you to the organizers, Mr. Broadstone, for setting this up. Thank you to Speed Gaming. Thank you to everybody for watching. And hopefully we'll see you all tonight at 9 Eastern for the next race. And that'll be it for me. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you may be.